Welcome everybody to another Top 5 Friday. Am I out of focus when I go back over here?
It should focus pretty well.
What a fancy camera.
The camera is awesome.
It is. I like this camera. I shouldn't have sold mine to get a movie camera. Anyway, it's October. I love this time of year, don't you? The leaves are starting to fall off in most places other than Texas. The air is getting crisp in most places other than Texas. But it is the spirit of Halloween. It's that monsters coming out of the closets and creatures and ghouls of the night and all that good stuff, and video games. Tons of horror video games, in fact. And on this video, I'm going to let you know 5 retro games that you need to play in October. And these are games that always get me in that Halloween spirit, I guess you could say. So this is going to be a fun video, so I hope you actually watch it. But before we get to the video, I'm already losing my voice! Why did I scream?
I don't know why you're yelling so much.
Let's get an ad from Skillshare! Who sponsored this video? Today's video is sponsored by Skillshare. Have you ever wanted to learn a brand new skill? Well, now is the perfect time with Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community of millions for curious and creative people like myself and you. On Skillshare, you can learn from a vast range of subjects, from music to fine art to filmmaking to video production to photography. You can be inspired to learn new things and learn new things with a vast community of millions of other people that are there to support you. I know people are sometimes cynical with ads, but I genuinely use this site. It's legitimately amazing. I've learned so much with the post-production part of our movie. Now I'm wanting to learn a little bit more about sound production, and so I took a course on sound design. The course was from L. Ashwin Chorus, and it was called Building an Immersive Soundscape with Adobe Audition. She really drove home the fact that you could do things in the sound which oftentimes are overlooked, but you can do things to really enhance the story and give people a really unique experience. And it kind of got my ideas flowing quite a bit. Now, by clicking the link in the description, for a limited time, the first 1,000 people will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. So click below and let's get creative.
Oh, it's Friday night. Don't know what I'm gonna do tonight. I could sit here and pick my nose while I watch a brand new video. Whoa, Top 5 Friday tonight.
Now, I've done a few other Halloween-themed videos on Top 5 Friday before, telling about like scary games and all that stuff. Now, there would be a few games on that list for sure that would be on this list, like Castlevania 4, Eternal Darkness, things like that. But since I don't want to double dip, and there are plenty of Halloween and scary games to choose from that get me in that mood, that spirit, it's not too difficult to come up with another 5. And so this list is going to be completely original and not bring up any of those other amazing games that you should probably go and watch and check out too. And I'm rambling. Number 5! All right, number 5 on the list is Silent Hill 2. Well, it was actually right side up. Brilliant game, amazing game. I played the first Silent Hill on PlayStation 1, fell in love with that game. So when this came out on the PS2, I had to get it. I knew I had to have it, and I wasn't disappointed. There were times in this game where I was genuinely creeped out. And I don't usually genuinely get creeped out in a game before, but you're going through, it's a first person or third person now, but it's in 3D, not like the first game. And you're going through the city, you're going through these buildings, you're going through, and then just the atmosphere just sucks you in, and it's really creepy because you're totally expecting for something to just jump out at you. And especially when you go into some of these buildings and the hallways are just dark and creepy, and you can go into these doors and you don't know what's going to be behind them. It generally created this atmosphere of just terror in this game. This is absolutely one of the best games, in my opinion, on the PS2, and one you should 100% always check out during this time of year. All right, next up on the list, number 4, is the original Splatterhouse. Now, there was a video that I made on the channel where I was dressed up in paint and I was being terrorized by a boglin, and I talked about how Resident Evil 2 was an amazing game, and I do like that one. I absolutely love this one. In fact, I probably love it a little bit more than this one, but this one's no slouch either. It's brilliant. It just, for whatever reason, I say for whatever reason way too much. I need to, that's one of those like mannerisms I need to like just cut out. Now, this series was something that I remember seeing on GamePro magazine back when, you know, the 16-bit era was around and I was only really into Super Nintendo. Now, this was talking about Splatterhouse 2 and the Genesis, but I did have this magazine and it looked intriguing. I figured, hey, you know, we're not gonna, you know, you're not gonna see something quite like that on Super Nintendo. So it did pique my interest a little bit. And I really only knew the Genesis around that time for like Sonic and stuff like that. So when I saw that game with its goriness and its disturbed imagery, it corrupted me a little bit as a kid. And there's a little bit, when I say corrupted, it made me want to maybe potentially one day get a Genesis. And we, you know, we can't have that because I'm a Super Nintendo fanboy. Gotta play up that, you know, but whatever. But it wasn't until I actually became an adult, started collecting video games, that I really got into the Splatterhouse series. And this is the one that I got in Canada on the episode, and I absolutely love it. It's great. And yeah, it's got that... I almost said it again. Got some flaws. That's not perfect. I mean, the controls, the jumping especially, very floaty, but that's kind of like all the games, some, you know, whatever. Really does have that spooky Halloween, and whenever I pop this in, or Splatterhouse 2, I'm always reminded of like the Halloween season, and it just always reminds me of the Halloween season. I didn't know quite how to end that. Number 3 on the list is Luigi's Mansion. Damn it. Luigi's Mansion. This game, come on. Like, do I really need to tell you how awesome this game is? Now, this was a launch title for the GameCube, which was pretty unusual because usually you'd get like a Mario title, but no, Luigi got his day to shine, right? And now I didn't get a GameCube on launch. It wasn't probably like 6 months, 12 months until I got a GameCube. But this one was one that I rented at Blockbuster once I did. And it was just amazing. You're Luigi, you're sucking up ghosts. And it's obviously, it's all cartoony. It's not any sort of realistic violence or realistic scary imagery, of course. But it absolutely reminds me so much of this time of year because I do like kind of cartoony, ghost, Scooby-Doo-ish cartoon horror humor. And this definitely has that. It's an all-time classic, and it's spawned tons of games in a series. So, well, tons, I guess like 3 or 2. Now, number 2 on the list is a game that I did not grow up with. It wasn't until later on I discovered it, and honestly, it really wasn't until like probably a couple of months ago when I played it on stream that I was like, okay, this is like a lot cooler than I probably gave it credit for. Not that I didn't like the game before, I did, but I got really far into it this last time, and it's really good, isn't it? Zombies Ate My Neighbors. There was a point where I couldn't get past the guys with the chainsaw, and then once I figured out how to do it, it kind of like, okay, it started clicking for me. You basically have to clear all the stages of whatever creatures may be inhabiting said stages. It says zombies ate my neighbors, but you're really dealing with a whole vast array of creatures of the night, from zombies to killer dolls, which really creeping me out. We all know about how I hate porcelain dolls. Well, I guess they're supposed to be dolls or little gremlins or whatever. I don't know, ghoulies. But regardless, this game is an absolute classic. It's when you're playing it, you just the air is crisp. You smell Halloween in the air. You smell all kinds of. I don't know what I'm smelling. I'm smelling glue because this, whatever reason, my copy's got like glue on it or something. I need to get an upgrade, like pronto. I mean, oh crap! Hey, dude, that's much better. Look at that. Thank you. I appreciate that, shadow person. All right, now number 1 on the list is, I gotta give it up to the original, the OG Castlevania. Now, I prefer Castlevania 4. It's just, in my opinion, the perfect game. 10 out of 10, 2 thumbs up. I don't know what that was about. It's perfect. But as I said, I had that on a list already, so I'm gonna give it up to the OG original, which is, hey, this is no slouch. And it's an all-time classic on the NES. Now, I never owned this as a kid. However, I did see it at an early point in my gaming on the NES. My friends across the street had an NES a good solid year before we did. So I would go over there and I would play NES games that I never even saw or heard of before. And this was one of the first ones because they would rent games all the time. And so this was probably, outside of Mario, the first Mario, first 2, 3, 4th game I ever saw on the Nintendo. And wow, I saw it and I was like, this thing is hard, super hard. There's a joke somewhere in there. Just laugh it up down there in the comments. I hear you. But anyway, yeah, I loved it. It was something different and I was just blown away with the graphics. But the thing that really makes this thing difficult is obviously when you get hit, you fall back and you get thrown into pits and,
What is wrong with you today?
I don't know what's wrong with me today. But it doesn't take away the fact that it's an amazing game. Not perfect, but it's amazing. And it's got all the classic monsters, the vampires, Dracula, the Wolfmans, the Frankensteins, and the assorted creatures of the bog. And plus, the artwork is cool. And Simon's got some killer thighs. I need to get on that leg workout. That's what I need to do. I'm almost there. Just not quite.
You should recreate
I am.
You should recreate the image.
Okay, I will recreate the image.
Well, you gotta get naked. That's about it. I think you nailed it. Alright.
I want to sincerely apologize to everyone who had to sit through this video. I'm just trying to have fun. Figured, just have a good time. We're talking about video games. Why so serious? Just have fun, laugh. Apparently, pull your dick out. I know it's not for everyone. A lot of people are probably watching this and being. I was hoping to get some serious, good information on some retro video games, and I got this instead. And well, it's probably true. I'm not the best when it comes to reviewing a game. We know that. But I'm good at making an ass of myself. In all seriousness, thank you for watching. I figured we're gonna have fun with October. We'll throw up a lot of stuff from everyone involving Halloween.